So I was thinking about Michael Jackson, and I was thinking about this month, and it seems like he's actually been on the news like every week for the past month. You had like his birthday, and before his birthday, there was an article about about him. So the week before his birthday, there was his anniversary of his death or something, and then it had his birthday. And then, it had other things afterwards, like Sheryl Crow says something about him. His wife, Lisa Marie, has a book that she's written about him and her father. A friend said that something about him, and, regarded him and kids. And there was one I read a couple of days ago about, what was it? I can't quite remember, but it was some other gossip thing. And so it's like every week, there's something new about him on the news. And I thought, it had like the Neverland documentary, an article about that. And last week, at the end of last week, there was another article, something about, he was also on an article when it was saying like, top grossing stars after they've died, and etc. So it's like every week there's like been at least one, if not more than one article come up with him in it. And I was like, and it's not just generalized, like an article directed, with him as subject sort of thing, even if it's like someone gossiping, oh yes, something, but with him as subject. So that's why I'm saying articles about him. So it's more than just like top 50, top 10 stars who have made the most money after they've died. It's more than that. There's been articles written directly like about him as well. So and I'm just thinking, with all this action going on, it just makes you feel like his career hasn't stopped, that there'll be something surprising, something else coming out. I would expect like to have a new article about him like every week would mean that maybe something's going to happen, something is going to come out, and you just don't know what it's going to be. So it makes me think, oh, there's so many articles about him. What is it what is this going to lead to? Like, what's the next thing? Some people think he might be found alive. Other people think he might be brought from the dead. But, besides that, there might be something else. A lot of people would want a movie to watch. But other people, like, you just look at these articles and go, oh, okay, these, news articles. And it's news. It's not just a gossip column. It's news. And it's like, oh, all these news articles are, like, propelling. They have to be propelling, and it has to lead to something. It can't just be whimsically propelling. So I think, in my mind, it feels like it might be leading up to something, and I have no idea what it might be. But you might expect that there might be something that is going to make a big splash yet. So, that's what I think when I'm looking at the news and like every week something about Michael Jackson. It's like, you just think, oh, wow, this looks like it's going to be leading to something. It's like, even before his death, people like, I had him, like, articles about him being depressive, and then people weren't showing, not many people were showing up at his concerts. And then the next thing you know, he's died, and you're like, oh wow, that sort of makes sense. It's been sort of egging on. So with all this, these articles, about him like every week, for over a month, you just think, oh, what's this leading to? Is there something new coming out? Something going to be discovered? It feels that way to me. It feels like there's something big's gonna come out. Because there's so many news articles with him in it. It's like, it has to be leading to something, and this is what I thought when it went through articles about, people not showing up at his concerts. You just know that the next thing that they're going to do is cancel the concerts, and so he's died. So, but this might be leading to something new, is all I'm saying. To me, it seems like it might be leading to something new. So it would be interesting to see what it might be, the mysterious surprise or news or whatever, there has to be something. It's like it just feels that way to me. So yeah. And what would I think if something did? I'll probably notice it. I mean, anything on the news, especially if it headlines the news. The news is what my homepage opens to when I'm on the computer. So if it's especially like on the news, you won't miss it. I won't miss it. So I'll probably see it and I'll be like, oh, this is interesting. No, I don't know what I'll think, but I don't even know what it is, but it just feels like it's going to be something there. It's like heating up towards something.